Hello, teachers and fellow users of Jupiter Ed. Sometimes in our work, we need to have a table for the students to fill in. And it's not always the easiest thing to do, so I wanted to show you a quick and easy way to do that. So in Logic, which is the class that I'm making a pod for right now, I have this table, and I'm going to add a new question to put this table in. I'm going to change it to fill blanks, and I'm going to copy the instructions. Oh, not the right one. Let me do that again. Control C, and go here and Control V. All right, I pasted in my instructions, and now I'm going to make this chart for them to fill in the type of sentence or the type of statement that is going on here. So I'm not going to use this header, and I'm not going to use this header here because it's at this point the students understand what quantity and quality are, and having these extra titles, these extra spaces, is very difficult to create within Jupiter Ed fill blanks. But you can just use tabs in order to do this other. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call this is the edge of the wall. I'm going to call this a tab and this a tab. So I'm going to tab over one and type in my first header, tab over again and type in my next header. Then I'm going to press space, and I'm going to type in universal because I want it against the wall. I'm going to tab, and I'm going to do like 5 spaces or 4 spaces for the A, and then tab again and do 4 spaces for the E. Then I'm going to type in particular, tab, 1, 2, 3, 4, tab, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you can see it's not perfectly lined up, but when you preview it, it is. It looks way better in preview than it does in your design part and where you're making the question. So don't let that be misleading. It's all about the number of tabs that you use and lining up. Like, what I mean is, this was one tab, this was one tab, this was one tab. This was the second tab, this was the second tab, and this was the second tab. And that is why it lines up, is because it goes off of your tab button on the keyboard, not necessarily what you see spatially in your question. And so now I'm just going to type in the what goes in the blank, and that's going to be from left to right, top to bottom. So A, E, I, and O, and they have to put these sentence types in the right box within this chart. I'm going to put graded automatically and accept upper or lowercase, and then we're going to try it out to make sure that it works by hitting preview, and I'm going to type A, E, I, and O, and I'm going to check it, and they all check. So that is what the student will see whenever they do this question, and it matches the book pretty closely. So it is entirely possible to do some type of a table or grid question using the fill the blanks type of question. And that's all I wanted to show you for today.